Developing tonight, the IRS commissioner faces a grilling on Capitol Hill, leading to new and troubling questions this evening. Welcome to the Kelly File, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum, in for Megyn Kelly. So earlier, IRS Commissioner John Koskinen faced an outraged group of lawmakers on Capitol Hill who say that they and the American people have been misled by him and by his agency when it comes to the IRS targeting of conservative groups. Lawmakers asking why it took more than a year for them to find out that the emails from the woman at the heart of this scandal appeared to have vanished quite some time ago, and that her hard drive had been, quote, recycled, losing the exact emails that they were seeking. Strange, right? Here is some of the most heated moments from today's hearing.
What I didn't hear in that was an apology to this committee.
I don't think an apology is owed. Not a single email has been lost since the start of this investigation.
Nobody believes you. Monday, our investigators asked your agency whether any other hard drives crashed, and we learned that 6 other hard drives of the people we're investigating were involved. You didn't tell us that.
We told you on Monday.
On Monday.
And what did you do with the information?
Because we asked you. You are the Internal Revenue Service. You can reach into the lives of hardworking taxpayers, and with a phone call, an email, or a letter, you can turn their lives upside down. You asked taxpayers to hang on to 7 years of their personal tax information in case they're ever audited, and you can't keep 6 months worth of employee emails? I don't believe you. This is incredible.
I have a long career. That's the first time anybody has said that you do not believe me. I
don't believe you.
That's fine.
Being forthcoming is to say,
I'm sorry.
You know what, investigators, Congress who's investigating this about
Will you let him answer the question?
I didn't ask him a question.
Yes, you did.
Being forthcoming.
Gentlemen.
Mr. Ryan tried to lead the impression that only by being asked did we reveal the information about the hard drive crash. First of all, I would reiterate the information about the hard drive crash is in the emails that you and your staff have had for some time.
There's just no credibility. This is amazingly awful. This is absolutely awful. This is not partisan. This is just Americans frustrated with an arrogance of an agency that is above the law in their opinion.
Why should anyone believe you? The IRS denied for 2 years targeting of Americans based on their political beliefs. That wasn't the truth. They said it was a few rogue agents in Cincinnati. That wasn't the truth. You said you were targeting liberal organizations. That wasn't the truth. And then you assured us you would provide us all the emails in May, and that wasn't the truth. And today, you're telling us out of thousands of IRS computers, the one that lost the emails was the person of interest in an ongoing congressional investigation. And that is not the truth either. This is the most corrupt and deceitful IRS in the history.
Tough day for John Koskinen. That was Texas Congressman Kevin Brady. He's a Republican and senior member of the House Ways and Means Committee. One of his constituents is among those who was allegedly targeted by the IRS, waited for years to get an answer from the IRS about tax-exempt status, and was, from a small town just trying to have their voices heard. Good to have you here today, Congressman. Welcome.
Thank you, Martha.
Here's the thing. Today was troubling on many levels, obviously, but what the problem appears to be is that where do you go from here? What's the backstop? Where's the recourse? If the Department of Justice is not willing to take it seriously and to make sure that this hard drive is investigated for potential criminal charges of destroying evidence, how are you going to get anywhere in this entire investigation?
We're going to have to continue to do what we have been doing, which is continuing to dig and dig and dig, use every tool we've got to try to get the information. We obviously want to use our technology experts to determine if what the IRS is saying is true. What we know from the commissioner today was, one, he withheld key information 4 months from this congressional investigation. 2, he misled the committee again by saying that he delivered all the learner emails. Clearly, he's not, and he knew at the time he could not do that. And so we've got continued uphill battle because they're stonewalling.
It seems to me, you know, if you're in a situation where Congress is investigating your agency and you know that the emails that they specifically are looking for no longer exist, that they've been crashed, wouldn't a normal reaction to that be to call up and say, look, you know, I'm concerned about this. I just took over in this job, heading this agency. I want you all to know that there's a technical problem that's going to sound very fishy when it comes out, but here's what happened. Why do you think that never happened?
Well, it is unbelievable because that's what everyone in America would have done. They knew in February they had a problem. The commissioner confirmed in March that they knew it was real. They discussed it with Treasury the next month, who urged them to communicate to Congress. Then they said, we will deliver all the emails, knowing it wasn't possible. And now
they said,
learned
we've
just
got them.
last
They're
week. So
forthcoming. Don't worry. We're going to give them to you. After they had been made aware that that entire hard drive had crashed. It belies credibility, frankly. But I do want to have you listen to this soundbite from the White House spokesman who spoke today, Josh Earnest. And here's what he has to say to you and your colleagues.
There's zero evidence to support Republican claims. And that's even... you know, again, these are investigations that have a pretty transparent political motive. So I'm not sure that there's a whole lot more to be discovered here.
He says there's nothing there.
Yeah, they've been saying that from day one because they don't want anything discovered. This is the same White House, we can remind ourselves, that told us this was a few rogue agents in Cincinnati. That was disproved within 2 weeks. Then they claimed that liberals and conservative organizations were targeted. That was disproved within the month. And so they have no credibility either. And I guess what's frustrating is to have the commission of the IRS say repeatedly that no emails have been lost since the investigation started, knowing that the targeting began before the investigation. Those are the emails we're seeking, and we've already, from what we've dug up, developed at least 3 credible, convincing areas of evidence that violations have occurred.
Well, it'd be interesting to know what the president thinks about this, having said during the investigation that he already knew that there was not a smidgen of corruption here. It'd be great to know what's going through his mind when he hears this testimony about these hard drives. Maybe we will find out. Thank you very much. Good to see you here tonight, Congressman.
Thank you, Martha.